Alright guys, I'm just going to make a real quick video for you showing you off my AR-15 that I built, just how I've got it set up and things I like about it, some things I might want to change or possibly add. So it's going to be a quick video like I said, but what we're working with here is a complete BCM upper that I ordered from BCM directly. I got this when they were having their free bolt carrier group sale with any upper that you bought. So I got the bolt carrier group for free. This particular upper has a 14.5 inch mid-weight profile barrel, I believe it is. So it's not the lightweight, it's not a heavyweight barrel. It's right in the middle there. Has a mid-length gas system, so a little bit smoother on the mid-length gas system there. That's something BCM really pushes for their ARs. They really like that mid-length gas system. On the end, we're running the BCM Comp Mod 1. So in order for this to be a non-NFA upper, the comp here, if you guys can see that, is pin and welded. So it's a 14.5 inch barrel, and the fact that that's pinned on takes it to the 16-inch legal limit. So, and then as I said before, we have the BCM bolt carrier group in there. So that was a really good deal. I believe right now they're still running that free bolt carrier group with any upper that you buy from them, but I've heard sources saying that it's getting ready to go away. So by the time I get to post this video up, it might be over with. But run over to bcm.com, see if that deal is still going on, because really good company. They make excellent quality firearms. I'm by no means anyone that was ex-military, and I don't run my rifle every week or anything like that. But all the guys that I respect their opinions about firearms, they all say BCM is pretty much the best bang for your buck out there. So that's the upper receiver that I've got. Oh, also didn't mention, this is the 13-inch KMR key mod rail. So I really like that. My previous AR had a Troy VTAC Alpha rail, which is a slim rail as well. It's not a quad rail either. And I thought that was really light and really slim, but this rail is even lighter and it's even thinner in profile. I use kind of the thumb over bore Costa Magpul method of shooting, and whenever you're shooting like that, you can really tell this is a very, very slim rail. So great deal on the upper there. While we're talking about the upper, I guess we'll just continue on that topic. So these are the Magpul MBUS sights. I didn't really care for them too much when I first got them, but they're growing on me. It's a really inexpensive sight. So I believe I got the pair for around $65-70 for the set. So it's a nice way to get a decent set of backup sights without spending a lot of money. My other AR has the Troy backup sights, the Iron Sights by Troy, and I definitely prefer those, but you're looking at about $150 to $200 there. So these are a lot less expensive. And then we'll go with the optic that I'm running on here. This actually isn't an Aimpoint T1. I'd like to get one of those, but this is actually the Primary Arms MD-ADS. So this is kind of their answer to the Aimpoint T1. It's having the 50,000 hour battery life that the Aimpoint has. So that's awesome, and that's the reason I went with it. But it's about a third of the price of an Aimpoint T1. So a T1 you're looking at around $550-600 depending on where you get it from. This optic's $160 from Primary Arms. So I really like the dot. I'll do a review on that dot in particular, the features it has on there. But for $160 and you're getting that 50,000 hour battery life, I just had to go with that for that reason. And there was a review I was watching, and I pretty much agree with it. It's 90% of an Aimpoint T1 for for a third of the price. So 90% of a T1 for a third of the price. The mount that we have here is the American Defense quick detach mount. So let me flip this over here. It's got the quick detach lever on there, so you can just pop that off real quick. This is the Absolute Co-Witness mount. So I really like that mount as well. So if I want to take the optic off, I can take it off. And I haven't tested this personally, but all the reviews I've seen say that mount, it returns to zero whenever you remove it and you put it back on the rifle. So that's awesome there as well. Moving on to the lower, I wanted to be economical with my lower that I got here. To me, a lower's a lower. There's only a few factories that make lowers in general, so This is just a Palmetto State Armory complete lower. I bought it already built from them, exactly how you see it. But it just has just a mil-spec parts kit in it, just a mil-spec trigger in there, which for what I used this right before, that's perfectly fine. It came with the Magpul CTR stock, the Magpul MOE grip. There's some space in there if you want to put some extra batteries or whatever in there. It also came with the Magpul enhanced trigger guard. And it doesn't come with a PMag, but I've got a lot of PMags laying around. So really good lower for the money. I believe I got this lower complete from Palmetto for around 175 bucks. So you can't beat that. I would have loved to go with a Spikes lower that I had on previous builds, but I'm kind of in the stage now that I don't really care what the logo is on my lower. I just like to run my rifle and have a good time with it. So if I can save a little bit of money, I'll do that. And the only other thing that I've got on the rifle here is the Magpul bad lever. So I've got that on there. So whenever I'm running the rifle in a class or whatever, I can, when my mag runs dry, I can put a new source of ammunition in there and get back in the fight, or not the fight, but the class, shooting my cans or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I don't have that on my other rifle, and I like to keep my rifles the same. So I'm either going to have to get another bad lever for my other rifle, which I'll make a video on that rifle coming up, or get rid of it on this rifle. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that yet. In terms of what else I want to do with the rifle, I'd kind of like to get a light on there, possibly. I'm not really sure which light I'd like to get, but possibly a light on there. I need to also get the QD attachment for up here. BCM makes one. I just haven't got around to ordering it yet, but it just goes right into the key mod slots. So it sits right in there because I run a 2-point sling, and the Magpul CTR stock has a QD attachment on there already. So I'm gonna get one of those. I would kind of like to upgrade the optic to a T1, but to be honest with you, I don't see that happening. I'm a weekend shooter and I shoot at targets and cans, so I mean the primary arms dot works fine for me. If crap ever hits the fan, I'll probably wish that I would have splurged on the extra money to get the T1, but for my purposes it works fine. Let's see, what else can I talk about here. Kind of jumping around, I know, but the compensator, I'll talk about that briefly. I really like it. My other rifle had the PWS FSC 556 on there, and while that comp kept the rifle a lot flatter, the blast was a lot harsher on that. So this BCM comp doesn't keep the rifle quite as flat, but it doesn't get on the other shooter's nerves quite as much. If you're standing next to that PWS comp, you felt the blast there. So I don't know, guys, this is my rifle. Tell me what you guys think about it. Maybe do a video response showing your rifle. If you have any suggestions for this rifle, how I could possibly make it better, shoot that out to me. I'm certainly open to suggestions. And yeah, tell me what you guys think.